This month on The Card Life, presented by Arena Club, home of the official slab packs.
And I figured at the very least it would be something that he could put in his collection that brought a smile to his face and was something that he probably didn't have before.
At the time I did it, he was on his way to being that iconic figure. But that piece was done years before Space Jam.
Used the gifts that God gave me to inspire kids.
Welcome back to The Card Life, presented by Arena Club, home of the official slab pack. I'm your host, Matt Strahm.
Over 4+ years of The Card Life, we've taken you to more than 40 cities across 30 states, to London, and to Canada. But this month, we're taking you to another stratosphere. This month's episode is all about sports cards and space. We'll tell you the story of what we believe to be the first baseball card in space, a card that's origins tied to Strahmy and The Card Life. Matt will rip some Topps Cosmic Chrome, and we'll hear from the artist who was the first to put Michael Jordan in space. We'll profile another artist that played in the big leagues and now uses his talent to teach the world that dreams have no limits. And we'll tell you about the first Topps set to feature a baseball card in space. Austin Literal grew up near Philadelphia, a fan of all Philly sports teams, and a card collector.
We used to go up to the little corner deli and get the 25-cent packs. But for me, it was always hockey cards. Grew up a diehard Flyers fan, all Philly sports, but hockey cards were the thing for me. And still, I enjoy it. I don't know that I am as deep a collector as some of the people I see in the hobby. But, if I were to pass a pack on the side of the road, I would sit and open it for sure.
In November of 2022, Literal saw an ad for Whatnot's Black Friday giveaway prizes that included some limited edition sneakers, collectibles, and a grand prize of a flight to space on Blue Origin's New Shepard rocket owned by Jeff Bezos.
So, of course, I clicked the button to say, yeah, I'm interested in any of those things. And I'll be honest, when I saw the notification in the app, I thought it was a tech bug. Turned to a buddy of mine at work and was just like, that's really embarrassing. They're going to have to walk that back for a lot of people. Fast forward a couple days, it was still showing up, and it turned out that I had somehow won a trip to space.
2 years later, in November of 2024, Literal was on a plane flight to West Texas.
You are kind of nestled into the middle of nowhere, a couple hours outside of El Paso. Big, beautiful night skies, more stars than you've ever seen anywhere. You're learning about these machines and meeting the people that make all this happen. So you do a few days of training and all your safety walkthroughs and things of that sort, and next thing you know, they're strapping you in and counting you down.
Command engine start. 2, 1, ignition.
The November 22nd, 2024 flight was New Shepard's 9th human flight. The 11-minute trip reaches a point above the international boundary for space and provides passengers with several minutes of weightlessness.
This is Earth from space.
You're completely overwhelmed. You're seeing this kind of translucent darkness, this kind of infinite blackness that is space, and it was a really profound experience.
The tie to baseball cards on this incredible trip is what Austin packed in his bag.
I had read about Matt's collection and his passion around the hobby, and was just really inspired to search for one of his cards, throw it in the bag, and I figured at the very least it would be something that he could put in his collection that brought a smile to his face and was something that he probably didn't have before.
The card was Matt's 2024 Topps Now All-Star Game card belt card, the purple variation numbered to 25. PSA authenticated it with Blue Origin Space Journey on the label and graded it a Gem Mint 10. It is likely the very first baseball card to ever travel to space.
It's certainly possible. I don't know what the folks before me have brought up in my cargo bag. I had a couple hockey cards to Whatnot sent up a few basketball cards, but Matt's was the only baseball card. Honestly, I was reading a story and Matt's quote was he had so many boxes of cards piled up in front of the Peloton that he got an ultimatum to move them all. And I was like, all right, this guy's actually just like the rest of us, maybe one too many boxes laying around that the wife's tripping over and telling you to move. I grew up wanting to go to space. I had pictures of the shuttle launches on my walls growing up, and those dreams kind of fall by the wayside, and it was beyond anything that I could have ever dreamt.
CGC is proud to be the official grading partner of the Card Life. CGC's world-class expertise and state-of-the-art technology provide collectors with accurate, consistent, affordable, and fast grading. Learn more at cgccards.com.
Can you trust a scanner with your valuable trading cards? Challenge accepted.
You have to scan things fast, reliable, with high image quality. And that's what the Ricoh scanner line and the FI8170 give you.
And it'll provide a high quality image, which will also integrate into AI software that'll help you sell your cards quickly, accurately, and at scale to the top selling platforms on the market. Reach your business goals faster and easier with the document scanners designed to support them.
Arena Club is the home of the official slab packs. Arena Club features grading and authentication, vaulting, and digital pack openings. There are also amazing items from rare cards to top-tier collectibles, always up for auction at Arena Club.
Download the Arena Club app today and get 20% off your first purchase with promo code TheCardLife20.
What's up, guys? We're back with this month's Arena Club opening. Let's rip some slab packs. Jace Jung to 99. We'll have to trade that to his brother. 1959 Topps. I love when it's not one of the top two hits, it's vintage. That feels like a win to me all the time. Crochet first. That's not bad at all. PSA 9 speckle. Alrighty, the big boy. Juan Soto All-Star name patch. It's 21. Wow. Bang. Winner.
In 1996, Michael Jordan was brought out of retirement by Looney Tunes characters to save the planet from invading aliens in the film Space Jam. But basketball card collectors had a vision of Jordan in space more than 5 years earlier, thanks to Fleer Provisions artist Terry Smith.
Michael Jordan was the first basketball piece I did. At the time I did it, he was on his way to being that iconic figure. But that piece was done years before Space Jam. People would always come up to me and they go, "Oh, you did that?" I said, "No, Space Jam didn't exist when I did that." I'll pull this one out because you just looked at that one, and a lot of people, it's iconic for folks. This is the original for that Michael Jordan Fleer card. So as you can see here, sometimes I'm painting, 30 by 40. This particular one is 20 by 30. I had to crank a bunch of these out fast. What you'll see here is over time, you can actually see where I cheated. So on the card, can you see this here? Where the legs are actually cut off?
Yep.
So when I first did this painting, you couldn't see that. But what's happened over time on this is how the ink has kind of settled into the board. This is going to show. But if you go back and look at the card or you look at the piece that's on the wall, you really won't see this. If you get in close, you'll see all of this. After I paint it, I'll hand paint it, and then I'll airbrush over it, and then I'll go back in and paint the details in. So that's where you're going to see all the little white highlights and stuff. That's all hand painted. All the lines on the ball, all the uniform stuff, all that kind of stuff. And then the airbrush is used to create these nice flows. You'll also notice the kind of the glow around him. Again, that's me masking. So when you're airbrushing, you have to use an X-Acto blade. And if you get in real close, like I said, I have to cut into the board very delicately. And then I create a mask, and then I paint around that. So everything where you see a change of color had to be cut and masked. That's the way all of these are done. So it's a time-consuming process of being able to cut, mask, and then paint, hand paint, and then airbrush.
From 10-minute to daily to pristine live auctions in their app, Pristine Auction is the place to go for thousands of incredible sports card auctions every week. Use promo code TheCardLife to get $20 off your first auction win. Bid now on pristineauction.com or in the Pristine Auction app.
VSM Sports Card Outlet has brought the convenience of a local card shop online at vsmsportscardoutlet.com. As a direct shop with all of the biggest names in cards, we have all of the latest hobby and retail boxes. And if you're ready to sell that big hit you pulled or a vintage collection, Wheatland Auction Services can handle every step of the process with ease. From grading to authentication to selling, vsmsportscardoutlet.com, where every day is like a sports card show.
Matt Strahm's Break is presented by VSM Sports Card Outlet, the official online card store of the Card Life. VSM Sports Card Outlet offers a huge selection of hobby boxes, memorabilia, raw, and graded cards, shipped directly to you. VSMSportsCardOutlet.com, where every day is like a sports card show. Topps launched their first Cosmic Chrome set in 2022, with a galactic-themed approach to cards. The 4th edition is scheduled for release this fall. A big part of the set is Planetary Pursuit, with versions of cards becoming increasingly rare the further they get from the sun. In honor of our space episode, we sent Matt a box of 2024 Cosmic Chrome to rip before a recent game.
I've ripped a couple of these. They're fun rip, cool design. So let's get in and see if we can find a Ellie or Paul Skeens. What a start. Zach Wheeler. We're going to go rip some Tier 1 with him after this. Caminero. Win. Extraterrestrial talent. Garrett Cole. We got something green. Manny Machado to 75. Fowler. Extraterrestrial talent. Mike Trout. Then we got a Marte to 199. I believe that's Aqua. Paul Skeens rookie card insert. Rafaela. Jason Dominguez die cut. I love die cuts. Volpe. Hey! For non-guaranteed, I'll take it all day, every day. Paul Goldschmidt. On card auto. That is sick.
When you get that huge hit in a break, Wheatland Auction Services is ready to help you get the max price possible. Like this Michael Jordan True Star rookie card in a BGS 8, this Babe Ruth 33 Gaudy a PSA 4, and this Albert Pujols SP Rookie Auto BGS 9.5. Consign your items with us today at WheatlandAuctionServices.com.
Turn this into this at auctionmonthly.com, a better way to sell your sports cards, memorabilia, and collectibles. Our white glove service from start to finish will help you evaluate and sell your entire collection. Turn your sports cards and collectibles into cash. Get started right now at auctionmonthly.com.
Can you trust a scanner with your valuable trading cards? Challenge accepted.
You have to scan things fast, reliable, with high image quality. And that's what the Ricoh scanner line and the FI8170 give you.
And it'll provide a high quality image, which will also integrate into AI software that'll help you sell your cards quickly, accurately, and at scale to the top selling platforms on the market. Reach your business goals faster and easier with the document scanners designed to support you.
Hey card collectors, looking for deals on sports cards? Well, it's time you've heard about Pristine Auction. PristineAuction.com is the most trusted site for sports cards. You can win authentic cards at affordable prices with daily auctions starting at just $1. It's free to register, free to bid, and auctions are ending right now. So head over to pristineauction.com and sign up with the promo code for $10 off your first win.
It's time to unbox your love of the game, presented by Giant Sports Cards.
Maverick and Riker are brother card collectors that love football. Giant Sports Cards sent the boys a box of 2025 Panini Luminance football that includes 4 hits in every box. They pulled a Spirit Swatches jersey card of Broncos QB Bo Nix and a Year 1 auto rookie card of Bears tight end Colston Loveland. Congrats on the hits, guys.
Thank you, Giant Sports Cards, for letting us unbox our love for the game.
Unbox your love of the game at giantsportscards.com.
Micah Johnson was born and raised in Indianapolis and played baseball at Indiana. He was drafted by the White Sox in 2012 in the 9th round and led the minors with 84 steals in just 131 games his first season. He played in 61 big league games for the White Sox, Dodgers, and Braves before retiring in 2018. Since that time, Johnson has become a renowned artist. His digital character, Aku, which has exploded in popularity in both digital and physical form, has been featured on a Time magazine cover and was named the NFT of the year in 2020. More on Aku with Micah shortly.
Oh man, I was cold that year, man. Oh my goodness. I think I had like 80-some steals. And that year I started in low A, and then they called me to double A for the playoffs. And one of the coaches, actually, when I got called up, Marcus Simeon was on the team that year in double A. Then he got called up to the big leagues. And I remember he said, "You'll never beat Marcus." And I was like, all right, man. Like, Marcus is like one of my best friends. And so he's like, "You'll never beat Marcus Simeon." I was like, all right, man, watch this. So I ended up winning MVP of that championship series, man. I think I had like 10 stolen bases in the playoffs or something. There is no story, man. I don't know where that came from, man. I don't know. That followed me since like high school or something. Probably some crazy thing I said to the wrong person back in high school. I never played Greg Oden one-on-one. But that story just like followed me, man, for a while. I haven't heard that in a while. That's funny. I don't know how people stay consistent with their signature. I gotta be really honest with you. I think I admire that. I have a different signature from when I sign my paintings. That stayed pretty consistent over the past couple of years. It's much different than my signature for the cards. And I do that purposely. I very rarely sign, if ever, sign my artist signature on a card nowadays. I keep it different. But yeah, it definitely evolved. My brain's too erratic to stay consistent enough with the signature. That's a disrespectful photo for a baseball card. A bunt, man. Like, come on, man. I did more than that. Like, that is the disrespect of. I gotta text them, man. We gotta get that out of circulation. I did more than bunt. But no, Dodgers was definitely where my art career got started. Dave Roberts called me to the front of the room to introduce all the new guys, and I said I'd like to paint. And if that's one I never really painted, and so he made me do a painting of the late great Maury Wills. It was not good. But the guys did like it, and they said they liked it, and I kind of took their words and kind of ran with it, and I've been painting ever since. I heard a young boy ask if astronauts could be black, and so I painted him on a pretty, I think about 6 foot by 5 foot wood canvas that I built in my garage, and I showed him a picture of it, and his face lit up, and he was so excited. And so that kind of moment was the beginning of my journey as an artist, and really what I wanted to do in my second life, which was to use the gifts that God gave me to kind of inspire and empower kids make them feel good, make them feel confident. And so my work kind of have centered around that. But Aku was actually a character to scale that. Those paintings caught on really well, becoming expensive, and that really wasn't the demographic that I was trying to reach. Aku was a way for me to create a character that could resonate with kids and they can enjoy and watch. And we started as an NFT. We animated 10 different episodes. We called them chapters, telling his kind of origin story. And that was our way of kind of seeding this character into the world. We started doing sculpture work, large-scale sculpture work, small-scale sculpture work, partnered with the MLB out at the All-Star game. We made a 5-foot sculpture. We've been working on a book series with Penguin Random House, and we've been developing a middle grade reader with them to reach that little demographic where it all started. It's been really inspiring to see the diversity in the kids that Aku's reaching. I'm in Maine, so, it's primarily white kids that come into the studio. And even though Aku started to inspire a black kid to believe that he could be anything, it's been very cool to see how kids from all walks of life, whether it's a black kid walking in my studio, Hispanic kid, they all really kind of gravitate towards this kid. And I think it's a byproduct of him having the helmet on. You can't really see who he is. So it could be anybody underneath that helmet. And I think that's kind of been a happy accident that's been really impactful to reach these kids and help them feel like they can be big dreamers as well.
At the age of 12, a young man in Grand Rapids, Michigan was given a large binder of vintage baseball photos from a family friend in his 80s. More than 60 years later, the recipient reached out to Auction Monthly about selling the collection. Included were 1909 to 1913 M101 Sporting News supplements, including Ty Cobb, Joe Jackson, Hannes Wagner, Tris Speaker, and Connie Mack. These 8x10s were printed on heavy paper and part of a promotion for people who subscribe to the Sporting News. The photos had been kept in sheet protectors for decades, providing amazing quality examples of some early baseball legends. Ready to sell the best cards in your collection? Reach out to the team at Auction Monthly for white glove service from our expert team. Contact us today at auctionmonthly.com.
Opening day. Another chance to chase the grail. That wonderful feeling of maybe. Just maybe.
Call it in the air.
This will be the one. Have an opening day every day at Arena Club.
Iron Guard Supplies is the official card supply provider of The Card Life. Use promo code TheCardLife at ironguardsupplies.com for 20% off and free shipping on your order of over $100. Cover your bases with Iron Guard Supplies.
While Matt's card may be the first to travel to space, the first time a baseball card was shown in space on an actual card dates back more than 74 years. The 1951 Bowman Jets, Rockets, and Spacemen set featured color pictures of alien life, space travelers, and spacecraft. It was originally supposed to be a 180 card set, but some of the artwork was stolen from an ad agency before printing, which lowered the final set number to 108. A full space travel narrative is told in order on the backs of the cards in sequential order. The most interesting card to baseball card collectors is number 91, which features space travelers and aliens watching a baseball game through a video scope. The text on the back reads, "The next moment we were looking at a baseball game that the Indians and White Sox had played 8 years before." The baseball picture is of Cleveland catcher Jim Hegan. It is actually a zoomed-in photo from Hegan's Bowman card from the previous year. Hegan was a 5-time All-Star, known as one of the best defensive catchers in baseball. But our favorite fact about Hegan is that on July 16, 1949, he hit a 3-run homer in a 7-3 win over the Philadelphia A's. On that exact date 20 years later, Apollo 11 launched from the Kennedy Space Center, on the first flight that landed humans on the moon. And on top of that, his son Mike's birthday, July 21st, the date the calendar flipped to while Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin were walking on the moon. Mike would play 12 seasons in the majors and made his first and only All-Star game in 1969. That game was played on July 23rd. The next day, Apollo 11 splashed down safely in the Pacific Ocean.
That's all for the show this month. I'm your host, Matt Strahm. We'll see you next time on The Card Life, presented by Arena Club.